Backing up a bit, during those years when I was working retail design, not really getting that fulfillment out of the work that I was doing, the industry that I was in, and wanting to see where else design could take me. I did meet my now wife, Lexi, and we bought our first unit together. Anyone that's seen the property market around Melbourne would know that to get anywhere nice, you need a lot of money, and as a designer we didn't have that at the time. My wife worked in healthcare as well, so we bought cheap. We bought a place that needed a big renovation, and it was an eye-opener for us getting into that. So we did a lot of DIY stuff. I loved being able to get my hands dirty, doing things like a lot of the demolition, smashing up concrete, pulling up carpet, and then eventually did a bit of structural work, knocking out some walls and those sort of things, using sledgehammers and power tools. It was a lot of fun. One of the projects during that phase of renovating that unit was building a deck outside, and one of my best friends, his name's Andrew, is a builder. Totally different career. He studied an apprenticeship, got into building straight out of high school, and been sort of on that path. And we never really had a chance to cross over with our work. But this, finally, I was able to get to work with it a bit. Basic deck, basic design at our house. I did the drawings myself, used the design skills there to get the permits through council. For a lot of the design inside our house, before that as well, kitchen and bathroom renovations, I was able to use the design skills that I'd learned to design and manage those projects. This deck project, I helped to save costs, did a lot of the work, a lot of the preparation, a lot of the digging, and a lot of the labour with my friend, a builder. Loved the project in the end, Andrew being one of my friends from high school days. We talked about how we could actually do more of this sort of thing together. We enjoyed the process so much. And he had an interest in, I suppose, design and business, being a builder himself, but at this stage, not a fully registered builder, just a carpenter he did decks and pergolas and worked for larger builders. He wanted to know how he could grow his own project. He did a lot of cash jobs for friends and family, but had no way of bringing it all together under one sort of umbrella and branding. Whereas I had this gap in my career where I was trying to find something else to do with my skills and my knowledge. And another aspect of this is financial, working as a retail designer, not making a lot of money. I wanted to work and grow my income, but also my design capabilities. At one mutual friend's wedding, we decided to start a business. The only business experience I had was setting up my freelance business 5 or 6 years before that. So we did everything properly, set up a partnership between us, which was called Form and Frame, and got our first job doing renovating a kitchen and bathroom and laundry for one of our friends. The idea being that all the jobs that he was doing for friends and family would now be under a branded umbrella. We'd have a website, we'd be able to take photos of our projects, we could start doing our own marketing, I could start doing design, using my design skills instead of product design, using them for, you'd say, residential building design. So interiors, bathrooms, kitchens, those sort of things. Why I sort of think this is important to note, or worthwhile noting, is that the other element to all this is starting to learn about business and dealing with people. So whereas a lot of the previous works, retail design is working with a company or a brand selling their product. It's not so much dealing with the customer. That's something that gets missed a lot. And even at Quest Payment Systems nowadays, we work with businesses, we work with banks or charities, but we don't necessarily work with the customer, the end user. Working on people's homes, improving the quality of the places they live, the function of the spaces that they use. That has a direct impact on a friend, family member, or someone you don't even know, but it can really improve their lifestyle. So again, looking at, trying to fill your cup, basically, with what you're trying to get out of life or your career. It was I found it as a great release during that time where I wasn't quite sure if I'd ever get to product design, and where I wasn't quite happy with what I was doing. So that company has grown. Andrew has now been able to go full-time with the business. We're now a fully registered building company doing larger projects. The work that we've done to learn all about the business, how to set up a lot of things like, just managing your cash flow, bank loans, signing on as directors of a company, setting up full websites, marketing. All of these now tie back to what you could say is design experience. When I go back to Quest, when I'm spending that time at Quest, which I do full time, I've got all these other experiences that I can now pull on when I'm having meetings and we're discussing projects and costings and timings, and we're discussing how these might impact customers. It's been a great experience. It's something that I'm really excited to continue with as that side hustle. Who knows where it'll go in the future, but it's a very exciting interest of mine.